All right, let's do it. Oh, cool. It's an empowered class gem that only has 2 pearls. No wonder I didn't level this up. Wow, wow. What's that? It's time for the sponsored segment of the video. It is... Ha-ha! That's right, everybody. It is I, the Solarian, or Captain Ginyu, Snake Move. You didn't expect that, did you? Wah! Didn't expect that one either. What about a kick? Wah! I can't see anything, so that's really, really dangerous. Today's video is sponsored by GameAgo. There is the Trove cosplay contest going on over on TikTok, and you guys gotta act fast because the closing date for your videos is coming right up. It's literally August 28th when you have to have your video up by August 28th. So the way that this contest is going to end up working is I'll put a link in the description that gives you a little bit more info on the event, but on top of all of that, there's also going to end up being the PDF file for this that normally is in color. Normally these ears aren't ears, they go on the face, and your mask probably looks way better than mine. But the fact of the matter remains that once you end up printing this out, paper crafting it yourself, you have to record yourself out in public doing, I don't know, anything, whatever. And you upload that to TikTok with the hashtag Trove Cosplay, hashtag gaming. By doing so, you'll actually get your hands on a sundered cache in Trove, which is pretty cool to get one for free. Maybe somebody will get lucky and get an item out of it, who knows. But the #1 prize is going to end up being the video that has the most likes, so go and like my video, links in the description. And that person is going to win $1,000 in euros, by the way, which would be just that's insane, dude. Like, legit, I don't know why they're dedicating so much money to this contest. But there's also a secondary prize. So second place is going to be chosen by GameAgo employees and myself. So it's going to be a jury, right? It says influencers, so I don't know if they have other influencers a part of this program, I've been really struggling to get details from them back in emails, but the second place prize is also going to be 1,000 euros. On top of all of that, with the closing date of the upload schedule being August 28th, it means we are getting very, very close to that sweet, sweet point where I'm going to end up actually reacting to your guys' TikTok videos in relation to the Trove cosplay event. I'm just gonna do that for fun. It's got nothing to do with the sponsorship or anything. But the winners of the event are going to end up being chosen September 16th. Thank you, GamerGo, and thank you for watching, everybody. I'm going to take my face off now. What's up, Scyushi Squad? We are back and some more. And today is a special episode today because I'll explain as we go along. First and foremost, hi, how you doing? I was super duper sick over the past couple days. That's why I disappeared for a while. I'm feeling much better now. I ended up going to the gym for the first time in a couple days. For those of you that have kept up, I've been going to the gym basically every day. And anyways, I'm feeling a lot better, and I think it's because of your well wishes. So I just wanted to say thanks for that, guys. Now we can finally get back to our schedule of programming. So what is the plan today? I committed to actually investing in my candy barb. I wanted to end up trying him out. I wanted to see how powerful we could end up making this guy. Most of all, I wanted to see how fast we could get him, because everybody kept yelling at me in the last video with the candy barb where you guys were telling me like, oh man, you know, your candy barb's strong, but you're not using the spin to win or anything like that. And see, here's the thing. My logic behind the Paragon levels is I kind of hate this system. The reason why is I actually, I love the system. I love the way it's designed and everything like that, but I feel like there were some harebrained decisions by the developers, namely prime numbers, okay? This is the big thing that everybody in Trove criticizes the devs for. I absolutely hate it. Short answer is, if you're newer to Trove and you don't understand, is that when you end up getting levels past 30, you'll see that it says I'm level 2. That's because I'm level 2 Paragon level, which Paragon levels is every level past 30, right? So every maximum level. Paragon levels go up to level 1,000 before they end up resetting, and you end up getting various items for gaining Paragon levels, and these items are going to end up being used to craft various things. Namely, they are also going to be using resources from Paragon levels in order to end up giving yourself the hidden ring effect. And so the main reason why I never bothered doing any of the hidden ring effects is because, unfortunately, someone on the dev team is a nerd. Sorry to shame, but it's the only way I know how to draw attention to it. And they decided that it would be a good idea that instead of making something that would make numerical sense, like say every 5 Paragon levels or every 10 Paragon levels you get Paragon Loop, which is one of the resources, instead they made it so that you only get it every prime level, prime number level specifically. So here's a sheet of what the prime numbers are just to show you. And so from 1 to 1,000, that's a lot, that's a lot of variation, because the further you end up getting in a Paragon level, the more distance there is between your next prime number. And so it basically means that the further you get in your Paragon level, the higher you level up your character, the worse off you are, because it's actually going to become harder and harder and harder and harder and harder to end up getting these resources in order to end up giving yourself the ring special effect. And so that's why I just couldn't ever justify doing it. I have a tendency of being a hoarder in this game. You know, you might have noticed over the years, I kind of just stockpile everything. And, you know, it doesn't necessarily make for entertaining videos per se, because you guys are always wanting to see me using the hidden ring effects and so on and so forth. So I thought, okay, let's do it. I'll use some, not many, I'll use some of my prime loop boxes that I have. I only have very few of them because you don't get them often. And then sure, let's actually give myself the ring effect. And I did. And so far I'm actually very pleasantly surprised with it. I totally see why you guys are always meandering about it, because it basically just gives us more movement speed. It makes it so that our spin to win is the hidden effect that we're using. It makes it so that we gain movement speed while we're spinning. So you can see we can spam it, especially while we're on the ground, kind of. Probably need a little bit of energy regen on some of our gear, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe a candy bar main. You guys could let me know, because I have a C4 or C3 ring, sorry, that's got crit hit right now. I could have an energy regen ring, and I'm assuming that that would be the better option, because I'm assuming that similar to the Neon Ninja, if we have energy regen on one of our pieces of gear, we would be able to out-generate the ability, right? Is that true? Somebody let me know in the comments. So that I can end up checking that out. But I am in no way necessarily like swapping to Candy Barb. I mean, I'm, you know, the thing that I'm trying to just drill into my head that I just cannot seem to grasp in this game is the fact that Regeminators are no longer here. It is muscle memory for me to never swap classes, because normally it cost Regeminators, and Regeminators were stupid. However, now we have the ability to just swap anytime that we want. And so I'm trying to get used to that idea, because it means that I can make more entertaining videos for you guys. I don't always have to be on the Shadow Hunter. Even if most days I prefer to be on the Shadow Hunter, that doesn't necessarily mean that we always have to, you know what I mean? And so that's what I'm trying to adopt in these videos. So if there's ever a class that you guys want to see at the end game, you let me know. Keep in mind, okay, keep this in mind, that I only have a physical set of crystal gems. And even then, they're not like perfect yet. I'm still working on them. That's kind of why we're in the air world. You know, we're not going to get that many gem boxes today, because most of all today is an information dump. You know, telling you guys I was sick and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And also just kind of asking your guys' opinion about a couple things and so on and so forth. You know, I got lots and lots of video ideas, but as I'm coming back to it, you know, I'm still not 100% over my sickness. And so I'm kind of like, I should do a chill video kind of thing. But I didn't necessarily want to stream Trove today, because I got a bunch of other stuff that I got to end up streaming. Anyways, long story short, you'll notice that I'm not at 45k PR, and there's a couple reasons for that. So I don't actually have a C4 melee weapon. I never got one, which means that I should actually, maybe the next live stream, I'll take the Barb to the geode surface and we could try and get a C4. That would be fun. Yeah, we could probably do that tomorrow, if I don't get busy with other things. But on top of that, I don't have a C4 ring, and also, like I said, this doesn't have energy regen, so I'm not sure if that's more viable, you know? I guess I could kind of cheese this with food. Does that throw me to 45k? Oh, food doesn't give PR. I'm an idiot. Okay. But other than that, you know, I got C4 face, C4 hat. All of my gems are super duper powered up, except for my class gem. I actually made a big mistake. As you saw earlier, I didn't realize that the reason I never bothered leveling up this gem was it wasn't a perfect gem. So for those of you that have checked out my gem guide video more recently, I mentioned how the absolute worst thing that you could do is to level up an empowered gem that only has 2 pearls on it, rather than having all 3, because it means that it's never going to reach the potential of any of these other empowered gems that has 3 pearls. I'm also using volatile velocity just because it's the only crystal gem that I have powered up, and I don't care. But my point is that I made a noob mistake. I ended up changing the gem to crystal because I got too hyped for making this video and making the intro, and then I realized, because you gotta understand too, this is years after, this is years after getting the class gem ability for the Candy Barb. Like, I pretty much got the Candy Barb's class gem when class gems came out in the Mantle of Power update. And since then, I haven't actually bothered like changing it. I haven't bothered like going for another gem. I don't even know why I leveled up my crystal class gem, because frankly speaking, you could get a crystal gem like easy peasy. The heck's wrong with me? It's not that bad. It's 15k cubits down the drain, but I mean, does it look like I'm suffering? Actually, I am. I remember when I used to have over 1 mil, and then suddenly crystal gems came out, and now I'm at 850k instead. No. I know it still seems like a lot of cubits, but for somebody like me where I don't necessarily grind my star bar every single day, so yeah, I gotta try and keep that in mind. But anyways, I'm kind of there's another idea I wanted to run by you guys today. It's not necessarily just going to end up being us focusing on the candy barb stuff. I wanted to, I guess I wanted to talk about the idea of class tutorials. And I wanted to ask you guys what you think, like what would be the most prioritized class tutorial you guys would want? Because unfortunately, I've talked about this in my last video and in some streams here and there, that I'm planning on making a unified, like much simpler, this covers all classes guide, right? But not like a 40-minute, hour-long one. You know, because normally we end up, I've done those videos in the past and they cover all the classes and we have to dedicate a certain amount of time to each of them, and there's a lot of classes intro. Oh god, okay. I did that on purpose. At least he fell out of the world. But my point is that that project is taking a little bit longer than expected. I could probably pump it out like right away if I had enough free time to focus 100% of my attention on it. But you gotta understand, there's a lot of things going on in my life right now. You know, we're already almost in September. In like less than a week, we're in September. And I've got my wedding in October. I've got a condo that my future wife and me are purchasing in October, and it's a lot of expenses going out all at once. And on top of that, a lot of legalities, like lots of documents we gotta sign and stuff. It's just, oh, it's such a headache, dude. Like, I'm gonna be really, really happy when it's all over and done with, because these types of things very, very much make me nervous, because I always worry, oh, what if we miss something? You know, like I'm just that type of a person, you know, I stress out nonstop because I'm focusing all my attention on it. And I feel like I only allow myself to relax after the fact, you know, and even then there's a little bit of a wait period where I kind of just wait and see like, okay, things could go wrong at any time. It's not necessarily that I'm a worrywart. You know, I'm actually a really, really good mediator of my own stress, I would say. It's more so expect the unexpected, expect things to go wrong, and then usually things end up going right anyways. You can never prepare for the negative situation. I learned that the hard way when I was younger. You always try to prepare in your head about like, oh, this, that, or the other thing, and then you realize, oh, the situation that presented itself is completely different than anything I could have thought of, because that's just how the world works. I'm not necessarily trying to have this as a video where I'm complaining or anything like that. I'm just stating the fact that I'm a lot busier than I give myself credit for. And so I don't think I'm going to be able to get that graphic design thing, like the class tutorials, ready. And so I'm thinking of just doing individual class guides again, which, you know, it's really, really easy for me to pump those out. I actually really like the idea of it, because frankly speaking, that gives me like how many videos, 1 video per class. So that makes my job a lot easier with giving you guys Trove videos every day without having to rack my brain about like, oh, what topics should we talk about? What kind of video do I feel like doing? Do I feel like doing a tutorial or a stream or a blah, blah, blah? But if I have those there as a continued thing, it means that I can focus my attention on other things that are a little bit more important in my life right now, rather than focusing such a big aspect of my day-to-day trying to figure out what type of a Trove video I should end up putting out. You know what I'm saying? And so anyways, with that lengthy explanation out of the way, I'm just asking you guys, what class would you like to see next? I want to see you guys let me know in the comments. I'll try my best to see. I was gonna say I could see if I could put a poll up, but I don't think I can do that, because unfortunately, if I do a poll on YouTube, it only allows me to put so many answers, and there's more classes in Trove than there are answers that I can put on YouTube, unless I focus on a few specific tutorials. But I think that what I could do is, based on the comments that you guys leave today about the class guides that you want to see, if any of them are like, you know, at a draw, or like just, oh, there's a couple classes you guys want to see, then I could end up taking those and putting those into a poll, and then you guys could end up deciding, so that we could kind of narrow down the odds, you know. Not to say that I wouldn't end up eventually doing tutorials on all the classes, but I just want to be completely transparent with you guys and let you know about all this stuff. Normally I wouldn't. Normally I would just make the decision myself. And I am kind of doing that, but I'm asking for your guys' help. And the reason for that is just because I got a lot on my plate right now. So Yeah. Anyways, we're pretty dang quick. I gotta say, I'm really liking this version of the Barb. Like, no wonder you guys were telling me to use spin to win. I know I can't keep repeating that, but seriously, like, I saw the potential with a couple of you guys when I was doing streams and stuff, and you guys were using Candy Barb with spin to win. What's our movement speed when we get spin to win, actually? Does it give us more movement speed? 161. Can I spin? I saw that. For a second, we got to yeah. When we had everything triggered, we were at like 257. I saw that. Wow. Okay, if I actually let everything trigger all at once, it is very brief. It goes away very, very quickly. Yeah, that was like 242 or something. Because it seems like we only gain the movement speed while we're doing the spin. So I definitely, Nea, have some sort of energy regen. I just don't know if I should have it on the weapon or the ring. More than likely the ring, or maybe both. Again, Candy Barb mains, grace me with your presence and let me know, because like I said with my explanation of why I don't use the hidden ring effects, it also means that I don't really have that much experience with the hidden ring effects. I know which ones are the best ones just because Trove is extremely simple and you basically just always choose the one that gives you either speed or damage. Hey, we got a gold chaos chest. I don't care, but that's really cool. And yeah, anyways, I want your guys' info on all of that stuff. So yeah, you'll see me like streaming on the Barb and stuff like that probably tomorrow. Try and see if I can end up getting my hands on a C4 ring. Oh, another thing too that I always forget to talk about this like as its own individual video, but Caruxian's in. He's in the hub. You guys want to definitely go and grab some XP pots if you can. Maybe some of the other items from him. I'll put a YouTube community post as well talking about it. But generally speaking, I'm not going to end up making an individual video just because it's just Caruxian, man. Like, he's just there and done and super duper quick, super duper easy. But yeah, anyways, hopefully you ended up enjoying this video. I know it was a little bit more sporadic, a little bit more all over the place, but I hopefully was able to convey my opinions in a way that made sense, and to set the bar up for you guys to knock it out of the park with your comments and stuff like that. Anyways, really excited about this spin to win thing. I want to take full advantage of it, because once this 10 days or whatever goes away with the spin to win, I don't know if I'm going to ever do this again.